Now for the potassium bromide, there is a presence of impurity. For the sulfate ions, then present of impurity in the potassium bromide solution. So these impurities are there. We can't avoid them. Some unavoidable impurities are also there for the uh, pharmaceutical products, but we can make the limit for their presence. If some unavoidable impurities are there, so we have to make them their limit for their presence. So these bound limit have given to the pharmaceutical products, and how we are going to check whether those impurities are in limit or not. So त्यांचा presence जर unavoidable असेल ते तिथे present राहणारच असते. So we have to give the certain limit for their presence. त्याच्या beyond जर ते गेले, then they are problematic to us as well as a drug molecule. This limit is checked by using some test. So this total procedure is known as limit test. So what will be the definition of limit test? Very important definition, very important definition. It is defined as a quantitative or semi-quantitative test. See, what are the words they have used here? It is quantitative. So we can determine the presence of amount of impurities in that, or semi-quantitative. Sometimes we can determine the amount or sometimes not. So it is defined as quantitative or semi-quantitative test, which is designed to either identify and control small quantities of impurities which are present in the pharmaceutical substance. So here we can determine the presence of impurity as well as how much amount of impurity is present in that pharmaceutical substance. This also we can determine. This total procedure is known as limit test. So what are the importance of these limit tests? Here we can find out what type of harmful amount of impurities are there in the pharmaceutical preparations. So here we can find out किती amounts of harmful impurities are there in the pharmaceutical preparations, as well as how we can avoid the presence of presence of impurities in those pharmaceutical preparations. So for that, there are limit tests for the presence of impurities. Now, our first limit test is for chloride. Now, chloride is an unavoidable impurity as it is there in water itself. Now, we know water is used as an universal solvent. Water contain presence of chloride ion. Now, for every synthesis, for every pharmaceutical drug production, everywhere, not only for the washing of the apparatus, also done by the uh, water solution. So these water may contain presence of chloride ion. That means the chloride is an impurity present everywhere in the pharmaceutical drug molecule. It is there in water itself. So we can't avoid the presence of chloride ion in the pharmaceutical substances. So we have to give certain limit for the presence of these chloride ions. So we are going to do for the limit test of chloride to avoid excess amount of presence of chloride ion in the pharmaceutical preparations. Now, what is the principle behind to do the limit test of chloride? Here, what we are going to do, the limit test of chloride, it is based on the reaction of soluble chloride ions with the silver nitrate. See, chloride ion is present as an impurity in that given solution. Now we are reacting that presence of soluble chloride ions with the silver nitrate solution. Now, when the silver nitrate solution will react with the when the silver nitrate solution will react with the silver ions will react with the silver nitrate solution. So there is presence of opalescence, white dilute white type of precipitate is formed in the presence of nitric acid. So this presence of chloride ion will react with a silver nitrate solution in the presence of dilute nitric acid. So there is formation of white colored solid particles. Now the presence of white color soluble particles in the water, that solution is known as opalescent solution. Now that white opalescent solution, now this is a reaction Soluble chloride ions, when it is react with a silver nitrate solution, in the presence of dilute nitric acid, there is formation of insoluble solid white particle precipitate of silver chloride, and nitrate ions are released as a byproduct. Now, these silver chloride ions are present as an opalescence in given solution. Now here, what type of procedure we are going to follow to determine the limit of presence of chloride ion in given solution? Now here we are going to do two experiments or two simultaneous procedure to determine the presence of chloride ion. Now how we are going to do? We are going to take one test sample and one standard solution. Now this test sample solution may contain presence of chloride ion, and what is the amount of these chloride ions that we are going to check with the standard solution. Now what is the meaning of the word standard solution? In this standard solution, we are going to add known amount of chloride as an impurity. See, we know chloride ion is unavoidable impurity. It is present in the pharmaceutical preparation. It is present in water. It is present in the solution. So what we are going to do? We are going to take one test solution की ज्याची आपल्याला chloride impurity check करायची आहे, and another one standard solution की ज्यामध्ये आपण माहिती असलेला म्हणजे known amount of chloride ion we are going to add in this standard solution. So what we are going to do in test sample, test solution म्हणून आपण काय घेणार आहोत? The solutions whose limit test we are going to do किंवा whose presence of impurity we have to check. That solution we are going to take as a test solution, आणि standard solution मध्ये आपण known amount of chloride ions add करणार आहोत. How much amount of chloride ions we are going to add? 25 ppm. Now this ppm belongs to parts per million. So this parts per million amount of chloride ion we are going to add in the 1 ml of standard solution in the Nessler cylinder. Now this particular experiment we are going to do in a special apparatus which is looking similar to that of your measuring cylinder, but they have a special characteristic feature. म्हणून त्या apparatusला काय म्हणलं जातं? Nessler cylinder. So this limit test experiment we are going to do in the Nessler cylinder, in which one test sample we are going to fill in the Nessler cylinder, and another second Nessler cylinder we are going to add a standard solution in which the known amount of chloride ions added. Now in both the cylinders we are going to add 10 ml of nitric acid. See, दोन्ही solutions मध्ये आपल्याला काय add करायचंय? 10 ml of nitric acid. After addition of 10 ml of nitric acid, we are going to add now dilute all the Nessler cylinders up to 50 ml of volume. Now both the Nessler cylinder, every Nessler cylinder have a marking up to 50 ml. See, already I told you it is same looking like that of a measuring cylinder, but measuring cylinders वरती 5 ml 10 ml चे मार्किंग असतात. हा असा एक सिलेंडर आहे की ज्याच्यावर फक्त 50 ml चं मार्किंग असतं. So we are going to make up the volume up to 50 ml, and after that add 1 ml of silver nitrate solution. See what we have added? One test sample we have taken in first Nessler cylinder, another standard solution we have taken in the another Nessler cylinder, to which both the Nessler cylinder, in which both the Nessler cylinders we have added 10 ml of nitric acid, followed by there is addition of 50 ml of water for dilution purpose. After that we are going to add 1 ml of silver nitrate solution in both the solutions, and after addition of silver nitrate solution in both solution, keep this Nessler cylinder, keep it aside for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, the reaction will be completed. Which reaction? The chloride ions which are there in the test sample as well as which are there in the standard solution will react with the silver nitrate solution in the presence of nitric acid. So there is formation of silver chloride as a insoluble solid particles as a opalescence. So this solution will be observed as an opalescence kiva turbid solution. Now what is the meaning of the word opalescence kiva turbid solution? When we are going to add 1 drop of milk in a water. See, इफ वी हॅव टेकन 10 ml ऑफ वॉटर आणि त्याच्यामध्ये आपण एक दुधाचा थेंब टाकल्यानंतर जो काही कलर त्या सोल्युशनला येतो, द सेम कलर हिअर इज प्रोड्यूस्ड and that solution किंवा that color is known as opalescence or turbidity. So in this manner we have done the procedure for the determination of limit test of chloride. Now how we are going to prepare a standard solution of chloride solution in which the concentration is 25 ppm. So for that we have taken 5 ml of 0.0824% W by V solution of sodium chloride in 100 ml of water. So in this way we are going to prepare the standard solution of chloride ion. Now what is the observation? We are going to compare both the solutions. The solution which is prepared in the test sample and the solution which we have taken in the standard experiment sample. So we are comparing both the results. Now we know test sample also contain chloride ions. Standard solution we have added purposefully the chloride ions. So both the solution give opalescence. Now the opalescence produced in sample solution, that is test solution, is not greater than the standard solution. If the opalescence kiva turbidity produced in the test solution which is not greater than the standard solution, then the sample will pass the limit test for chloride and vice versa. See, the opalescence which is produced in the test solution, if it is not greater than the standard solution, then our test sample will pass the limit test of chloride. An opposite case, if the opalescence produced in the sample solution, if it is greater than the standard solution, that means the test solution contain more amount of chloride ion, that test will not comply with the results or will not comply with the standards given by the Indian Pharmacopoeia. Now, what is the reason behind why we are going to add nitric acid purposefully in this reaction? So the nitric acid is added in the limit test of chloride to make the solution acidic. So here the dilute nitric acid which is used in this particular limit test to give the acidity to the solution, which will help the reaction or which will produces the reaction between the silver nitrate and chloride ions. So after the addition of nitric acid, there is formation of white opalescence or chloride ions when reacting with the silver nitrate solution. We are going to report so in this way we are going to report the results, that is limit test result of the given unknown sample. Now these experiment you are going to do in the practical as well. The same experiment we are going to do in our practical, that is limit test of chloride. That time one sample solution is given to you to determine the limit of presence of chloride ion in the given solution. I hope I am clear for the limit test of chloride. So same type of impurities are present in the solution and we are going to determine the limit test. Now our second limit test is limit test of sulfate. In morning itself we have discussed that potassium bromide contain the presence of sulfate ion as an impurity. So there may be presence of another solutions also which will contain the presence of sulfate ion impurity. Now how we are going to determine the limit for the presence of sulfate ion in the solution? As like that, जसं की ज्या पद्धतीने आपण आता chloride ion we have discussed, when it is reacting with the silver nitrate solution in the nitric acid, in the presence of nitric acid, they will give the opalescence. And we are comparing the opalescence with the standard solution. If our test solution is less opalescent than the standard solution, then our sample passes the limit test of chloride. Now, limit test of sulfate. The limit test of sulfates, it is based upon the reaction of soluble sulfate ions with the barium chloride in the presence of dilute hydrochloric acid. So when we are going to do the reaction between soluble sulfate ions which are present as an impurity in the given solution, so we are going to add barium chloride solution in the presence of dilute hydrochloric acid. So there will be a formation of barium sulfate as an byproduct or as an turbid solution, and there is release of chloride ions. See, here there is a mistake. Actually, instead of acetic acid, there is presence of hydrochloric acid. Now, what will be the procedure? What procedure we are going to follow for the determination of presence of sulfate ions as an impurity in the given sample solution. So same as like that of chloride ions, here also we are going to do the procedure. First we will take the sample solution. That sample solutions sulfate impurity, we don't know how much amount of impurity is present in that unknown solution. And in standard solution, we are going to take known amount of sulfate impurity. For that, we are going to take 1 ml of 0.1089% solution of barium sulfate in the Nessler cylinder. Now, after that, we are going to add 2 ml of dilute nitric acid in dilute hydrochloric acid in both the solutions. Now, after the addition of dilute hydrochloric acid, we are going to dilute the reaction mixture up to 45 ml. See, in earlier case, it is diluted up to 50 ml. Now, here we are diluted up to 45 ml. After that, we are going to add 5 ml of barium sulfate reagent. So we are going to add barium sulfate reagent in both the test solutions and keep it aside the reaction mixture for 5 minutes. After that, there is formation of turbidity of solution. Now this turbid solution is nothing but there is formation of opalescence, but it is a dark opalescence. That means it is a thicker opalescent solution is known as turbid solution. Now, after the formation of this turbidity, we are going to compare the turbidity which is produced. After that, we are going to compare the turbidity which is produced by the test solution, compare with the turbidity produced by the standard solution. And barium sulfate reagent contain barium chloride, sulfate, free alcohol, and small amount of potassium sulfate solution. Now, what is the observation of this particular limit test? Now, the observation of this sulfate limit test is the turbidity which is produced in the sample solution should not be greater than the standard solution, because unlike that of chloride ion, in standard solution we have added known amount of sulfate as an impurity and we don't know in the test solution. If the test solution is less turbid than the standard solution, then our sample passes the limit test of sulfate ions according to Indian Pharmacopoeia and vice versa. If it is greater than the standard solution, then it will not comply the limit test of sulfate ion which is given by the Indian Pharmacopoeia. Now, what are the reason behind we are going to add hydrochloric acid? As like that of earlier case, uh, nitric acid is added to make the reaction mixture acidic. Here, sulfuric acid is added to make the reaction mixture acidic. Potassium sulfate is used to increase the sensitivity of the test by giving ionic concentration in the reagent. And last, alcohol helps to prevent the supersaturation of the reaction mixture. So in this way, we are going to compare or we are going to do the limit test of sulfate ions. Now, for both of these tests, there is modified limit test of chloride ion as well as modified limit test for sulfate ion. See, now only we have discussed that modified now only we have discussed that the normal limit test of chloride and limit test of sulfate ion. Now both of these procedures are reported in Indian Pharmacopoeia 1996, but a simple and quite procedure is modified nowadays with respect to the limit test of chloride and limit test of sulfate ion. Now, what modification they have done? Modified limit test of chloride is used for the color compound which cannot be tested with the normal test. The same reaction used as that of limit test of chloride for the testing. The turbidity and opalescence from the sample has been less than the standard solution, then our samples will passes the limit test of chloride. Now, what type of modification, what type of change we have done in the limit test of chloride ion? The modified limit test of chloride ion, in which what is the principle? Limit test of chloride is based upon the precipitation reaction because there is formation of precipitate of silver chloride ion, and this precipitate of chloride develops on the reaction of soluble chloride when it is reacting with the silver nitrate in the presence of dilute nitric acid, which appears as a solid bed because that is opalescence, and the intensity of turbidity depending upon the amount of chloride ion present in the solution. Now, with reference to the International Pharmacopoeia 6th edition 2016, the limit test of chloride has been modified in the context of standard solution preparation. See, standard solution preparation procedure has changed. That only modification we have done in the modified limit test of chloride. Now, what modification we have done? Earlier, the standard solution of chloride was prepared by dissolving. Now only we have seen it is prepared by dissolving sodium chloride solution in which known chloride amine as an impurity, but now it is modified by using hydrochloric acid instead of sodium chloride as ion as an impurity. See, when we have done the limit test of chloride, that time we have seen the procedure of preparation of standard solution of chloride ion. त्यावेळी स्टँडर्ड सोल्युशन ऑफ क्लोराइड आयन प्रिपेअर करत असताना आपण काय वापरलं? We have used sodium chloride as a compound as an used for the preparation of standard solution. But nowadays, in the modified limit test of chloride, the standard solution is prepared by using the standard solution is prepared by using hydrochloric acid instead of sodium chloride. This only the modification we have done. So here, what is the reaction of modified limit test of chloride? Hydrochloric acid plus silver nitrate solution. There is formation of silver chloride and presence of or formation of nitric acid as a byproduct. So this is only the procedure change. This is only the modification which they have done in the modified limit test of chloride. Questions will be asked on this point, that is, what is the difference between limit test of chloride and modified limit test of chloride? So what is the difference? Instead of adding sodium chloride, instead of use of sodium chloride solution while preparation of standard solution, instead of that, we are going to use hydrochloric acid for the formation of or for the preparation of standard chloride solution. So this is a modified limit test of chloride. What is the modified limit test of sulfate ions? Now, when the principle involved in this limit test is sulfate are precipitated by reacting with the barium chloride solution in the presence of hydrochloric acid, and the hydrochloric acid used prevent the reaction of other acid radicals with the barium chloride. Now, due to the formation of precipitate, the solution appears turbid, and the extent of turbidity depending upon the amount of sulfate ions present in the solution. But if the turbidity produced by the test which is less than the standard solution, it means that sample will passes the limit test of sulfate ions. So here we have discussed that um, how we are going to do the limit test of chloride as well as limit test of sulfate ions. What is the meaning of the word limit test? A value or a amount which is likely to be present in the substance and which is checked by using a test. This procedure is determined as a limit test of chloride.